You found a shell.
I want to make it on the mansion.
We're on a nature walk.
Shell?
Yeah, it's in my hand.
It's a snail shell.
We're on a nature walk looking for some wild edibles. I have an expert coming to teach me. And I already have found a currant bush. Where? Yep, there they are. There's the currants.
Wild carrot has got hair on it, and this it's got a smooth stalk. Do you see? And it almost always has those purpley splotches as well.
It looks like parsley too.
Yep. It looks a lot like carrot.
Is it poisonous to eat or?
It's not so much dermatitic, so not so much by touching, but I don't even like to overly love on it. Like I don't want its juices on me. But yeah, it's very poisonous. Like
Good. Purple.
yeah, so it's good to know that plant. I'm not used to it. So this is cleavers. This one's actually flowering. I don't normally see them flowering, but look at their pretty little 4-petal.
Oh, they're kind of sticky.
Yeah, so that's why they're called cleavers. See?
They cleave.
They cleave to you. So sometimes my kids, we collect them in like this. We just put them on that's our basket. You know? But cleavers are really, well, all greens are really high in nutrients, but especially wild greens, but and minerals. But cleavers have an affinity towards the urinary tract, so they're especially helpful for urinary tract. And they're just like lightly green. They're not strong to me either way. They're not real sour. They're not spicy. They're just kind of green, green flavored. Not like delicious, but kind of like mild. So I like to make powders from greens, and I feel like from the cleavers. And cleavers are one that you can really do abundance of gathering, drying, and then powdering them to add to your green powders that you're going to use in the winter and the fall when you don't have the greens. And you can just add them to your smoothies or put them right at the end, right when you're about to eat your soup. I wouldn't boil them, but you could add them into your soups and stews. You could just powders you can just add everywhere, you know.
And the whole plant, stalk, stem, flower.
Yep. I don't know of any use for the root. It may have a use, I just don't know of it. But yeah, you can eat the whole above ground parts. The parts that are tender, if it starts to feel untender, then you might not want to eat it, not because of poison, just because it's not as yummy. But and because it's like kind of sticky, I don't typically chew on it like this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Not terribly pleasant on the tongue.
But I like to powder them. I sometimes put them in smoothies, and I also particularly like to powder them and put them in my greens.
Hey everybody, we're home now after our nature walk, our foraging trip. My friend Hannah was picking the nettles without just her hands, and because she's so used to it, the stinging doesn't bother her, or her body is used to it and it literally doesn't react as much. I had some stings on my arms and they would welt up, but then they're gone. But my finger, and now know this, I had a rubber glove on. My finger, this finger, my ring finger, I would pinch it and kind of push it down into my bag. So this finger had a lot more contact with the nettles, and it doesn't show up on camera, but I have lots of little blisters. We're gonna come get some yarrow, and this is how I've always learned to do it. I've done this with plantain a lot. Never with yarrow. Yarrow. Interesting the different ways you pronounce things. So my finger is tender. We'll see if it takes it down. In the meanwhile, the kids have decided to play in the minivan, because that's an awesome, fun place to be. In the hot minivan. The dog's in there too. Well, the stinging is gone. I can still feel a little bit of the throbbing. Much improved. I recommend it. Here's the culprit. Bag full of nettles. And these are fine. Those are just cleavers. And here's the popcorn. We didn't forage the popcorn. Hey, come on! So I look forward to drying these and adding them, preserving them, using them how we can use them. I still have to learn. I am taking my nettles that have been air dried, and they still stung me. I think it's because they're a little bit mature. I'm going to grind them up into a powder in my food processor. What, Jack?
Uh-oh.
What?
The cup is wet.
What's wet?
Can I break up the last of it?
You like come over here and push the buttons?
Yeah, and I want to put
They're stinging.
how do they sting?
They have little hairs on them that sting.
Is it like stinging nettle?
It is stinging nettle.
It is?
It's stinging nettle. What do you think about stinging
Wait,
nettle?
can I touch this?
You can touch it. Most of the nettle, most of the sting is gone
Why do you have stinging nettle?
because it's healthy. Why's he gotta stand right behind me, all like stealthy? Ah! Look how much we got. Look how much we got. Now what am I gonna do with this? I'll add it to our smoothies and maybe our soups and, you know, maybe I could put it in those little capsule thingies. Because I guess this stuff is super healthy for you. I'll leave a link to a really good video. Now I need to take care of the cleavers.
Okay, we're good.
Can I see that one?
Is that 2 bananas?
Yeah. What's your question?
No, no. This one. It tastes a lot like peach right now, but I think for the men's sake, I'm gonna add more banana. Look, how does it taste? Tell the camera how it tastes.
Good.
Kyle, how does it taste? It's fine. Well, there you go. We have our wild smoothie, our wild green sweetie smoothie. Grow something today, even if it's yourself.